thank everybody for coming, and uh-oh.
How's your shin?
My shin.
Hi, nice to see you. Okay, let's see. You can relax for probably just a second. Stand if you want.
Yeah.
Head, leg. Okay, let's have some fun.
I'll just stand there.
Yeah, if you want a chair, grab a chair. Sure. I know you can. All right. I've been doing a lot of seminars. I've been doing a seminar every week someplace. I just got back from the Orient for the third time. And I went and visited a monastery I always go to when I'm over in the Orient. So I recommitted myself to another 28 years of having fun, getting to meet nice people. So, just made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully I can pass along some information so you don't have to make as many mistakes as fast as I did. Or hopefully you can make them even faster, so you can learn. What would you like to learn tonight? Since you come here, what would you like to improve?
More confidence.
More confidence? Confidence? What about you?
I definitely be rusty and finer. Just a finer point of you don't get. I don't know, beyond just punching, throwing, kicking, and I don't know, just a fire point. I don't know, it's less the key, using your body more internal.
Anything I can teach you? How to throw that guy out at second base. How to put a oogie on it. Okay. All right. You know what? Confidence in what you learn. Confidence in what you learn.
Intelligent and somewhat less threatening self-defense.
Intelligent and less threatening self-defense techniques. Interesting. Okay.
I think that the confidence would have been answering more fluid movements, ways of moving, and just reacting properly.
Properly. Well, that's learning to believe in yourself. Your body naturally moves away from pain and moves towards pleasure if you let it go. Develop an intuition, which we know is key. All right, go ahead. Not exactly sure. If you want to improve one quality, what would you improve?
I want to hurt somebody.
You want to hurt somebody?
I want to know more ways to hurt somebody. See, I'm over. These guys are new. Okay, I've been 15 years. I want to see new ways to hurt somebody. I've seen all kinds of ways. See, I want to see new ways.
Well, the greatest battle is defeating the man without conflict.
Well, yeah, you're right, but that cannot always be helped. Okay, so I'm going past that point. No, words won't work.
You're talking about words.
I know. I'm talking about you said the best conflict, no conflict. Okay. Well, normally you have to talk your way out of that. All right. But I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
You're saying the situation's beyond that point.
It's beyond that point.
Okay, so you got a different agenda than these guys so far. You know, they're asking for confidence. Confidence comes from relaxation. Confidence comes from not trying to fool yourself into thinking you can do something that you really can't, and being able to evaluate your opponent properly, not overestimate or underestimate him, and see him clearly. how long do we want to go? What time is it now?
Probably about 6:15.
What time zone am I in? I got my planes lately. Okay. Perfect. Finesse. Self-defense. And what's the other guy? Okay. All right. Last time we did some things with the unbendable arm. Yes? No? Yeah, you were working with how many people weren't here last time? Okay. 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 The shape of the body has power. When you know the potential is of your shape, create and diminish all major potential and conflict regardless of the thing. Of the Shaolin boxing knives that I work with, the major benefit is a unique way of blending the tools, of using the tools. Most people when they get into a go, they get into a scrap, they have a tendency of, they're just going to use their fists, or they're just going to put their hands on each other, and they're going to do a lot of grappling, or they're just going to do their kicking. They're going to go with whatever makes them feel, or the way they've developed the greatest amount of confidence. Well, fewer than 2 people in a million can comfortably put together tools or change gears from one way of fighting to another way of fighting naturally. All the rest of us kind of have to develop it. But when you do develop an ability to change gears, you end up with a way of putting a strength against another guy's weakness. When you can evaluate a guy's weakness because of how he thinks, because of how he uses his weight, you never have to be, you can evaluate him in a very short period of time and see the way to enter. See the void, what they call it. There's a lot of different ways of perceiving the void. The shape of the body has power. What if, there are a lot of shapes, it's not just one shape. Why don't we cover one particular shape that works very well, whether you're into the striking arts, the kicking arts, the grappling arts, or the throwing arts. And one particular shape, let's see, okay, everybody up just for a second. Okay. All right, take your normal training stance, whatever stance it is, forward, front to back, or whatever, okay? Because all I want to see you do is I want to see you move forward once. I'm going to have you move forward once, move back once. Stay in your fighting position, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Okay, move up a little bit. Let's not, stretch yourselves out a little bit. Okay. Move forward once. I don't care if it's a shuffle, you change sides, or whatever. Just the way you move. Okay, go ahead. Move forward once. Go ahead. Okay, move back. Okay, move forward. Forward again. Back. Back. Forward. Forward. Back. Back. Okay, forward. Oh, the catch a leg. All I can do is show you what I want to know myself if the situation was reversed. Okay? All I've got is a... I think I could stand it. Really good purchase of the ground. Okay. All right. Take her off for a second. Take her off. Okay. Now, I'm just observing, okay? What I want to see you do, okay, you're in your fight stance or whatever, we're kind of in close. This is where it gets up close and personal, okay? I mean, if you feel comfortable here, okay, it's easy to feel comfortable here and farther you're away, the more time you've got to see what's going on. So when it gets up close and personal, that's when the fight really starts. If you can take the guy out before then with a strike or a kick or whatever, consider yourself fortunate. But you should have a way of being able to defeat a guy. He's got more experience than you. He's got a stronger punch. He's got a stronger kick. And he's got more meanness than you. Okay? But you got to find a way to win. All right? You got to find a way to win. So how do you do it? Okay? I'm gonna show you a shape that gives you an ability to change gears. Changing gears means go from the striking arts to kicking arts, to selling arts, to the grappling arts. And it's up close and personal. And it doesn't count on that we're on a rug. It doesn't count on, you know, that we've got controlled conditions. It can be moving around. It can be multiple attacks. Okay, it's a Tibetan crane principle. And for us, the crane is the most flexible of the animals because it can move its center up and down. If he's low, we're high. If he's high, we're low. The simple analogy, I mean, if he's good with his hands, well, we're using our feet today. You know, it's the same sort of thing, but it's a little bit more subtle. And what it does is it allows you a lot of different types of tools to adjust to what the guy is giving you to work with. Okay? Let's see if I can show you. All right, what I'd like you to do, let's see you do this. Put your hands on my shoulder. Okay. Go up on one leg. Go up on one leg. Yeah, go up on one leg. Okay, keep me from moving you around. Okay, relax. My shoulders. Okay, go up on one leg. Keep me from moving you. You got another leg. This is real good if you got a bad leg. Okay? I had a real bad leg. I got the thing kicked out by I teach up military guys, okay, and I wasn't walking for more than 6 months once. And I'm showing you something how I was taught to adjust and not being able to use a leg. I'm going to show you something that my instructor showed me. Okay, good. Acrobat? Okay. All right. You got a good job of compensating with your balance. You're not necessarily in a situation where you can be doing a lot to me. But that's good. That's real good to be able to use that skill. Okay. One more. Good. Compensate. Good. You're going to be real good. You're going to be real good. All right, now, I'll take a volunteer. Okay, have a seat, relax for a second. Okay, now, shape of your body's got power. Shape of your body's got power. You got 2 feet, you got and you exist in a 3-dimensional world. And as long as the guy that you're fighting's got 2 feet, this works. If he's got 3 feet, you'll kind of know it from a distance, okay? All right. So you'll have a tendency of being able to use this with pretty much anybody you come up against. All right, now, hands on. The shape of the body has power. Okay, go up on one leg. All right, now, he just made the first mistake. Okay, go back down. Okay, now I'm going to do it to you. For grappling, okay, you put 1 foot to the back. Not the back, don't let me push you around, okay? Most people, when they study the striking arts, they use their balance in a certain way. When they use their kicking arts, okay, and they practice their kicking a lot, they put the head over the foot they're standing on to be able to kick. Then they have a tendency of doing exactly that same thing when they go to grapple, rather than when you're attached to your other man is your leg. And if you lift your leg, he should be moving. Okay? Let me move you. You ready? Only move you. Take your stance however you want to feel comfortable. Okay? Don't let me move you. Ready? Don't let me move you. Ready? Now, how hard am I working? Okay? It's something that's very simple. It's a chin-on principle. But what I'm doing is I'm just beginning to engage a certain shape. We're going to make it in less than 5 minutes so that you're going to be stronger on one leg than the other guy is on two. Would that be good? Be good a lot of ways because you can use that leg for a lot of different things. Or if you got a bad leg, right, it helps. Right. It helps. A lot of martial arts, and it's my opinion is that all martial arts are good. Anything that stands the test of time has got something to contribute to the greater well. And nobody's got all the answers, that's why we're all still practicing. Okay? They're all good. This particular, most guys in the arts, they pick up a lot of power from their weight movement. Okay, when they move their foot, or their weight drops. Okay? The particular thing about the crane is its power really comes from turning rather than its ability to shift weight. Turning means you can actually be on one leg, and you can be turning. And what looks like it's off balance, actually, because when you learn a shape, ends up being in balance. And you end up with actually as much, if not more, power if you kind of use connective tissue and energy. You don't use muscle. You don't use really muscle in this thing. Okay, now we make you look good and me look bad. You ready? Yeah, I thought you might be. Okay. Let's see. We haven't worked this out before. You don't know what I'm going to do, right? Okay. You can take me after. Okay. All right, now, which leg is your better leg, your right or your left? Pretty much the same? Okay, most of you guys right-legged? Okay, I'm going to put your right leg back then so everybody's going to see it. All right, now. Simple stuff. Okay, when a guy's strong in one dimension, he's weak in another dimension, right? Okay. Most people don't see the weakness when a guy is standing. There's certain ways of looking at it. Everybody's trying to be powerful, right? They're trying to get in the most powerful way of receiving a guy or the most explosive way to going after a guy. There happens to be one place where they're the same. Okay, put your hands on it. All right, now, get your feet a little closer together. I'm going to ask you to bring your legs closer together to be more stable. Different. It's not logical. Until you learn. Okay? I had a bad injury, so I had a series of bad injuries. I got hit in the head a lot. My instructor used to call me Rhino. He said I got a head like a bowling ball. I just keep coming. Okay, I was a middleweight boxing in the ring before he did anything. So. He sparred with me a lot. I learned a lot. I got a lot of lumps in my head, too. I used to have a nose that wasn't so flat, though. Okay. All right, now, raise that leg up. Okay. Now, look at the shape of his body right now. Okay? You see the shape of his body? Okay. I can push you, right? Okay. Should have bring this forward. Just bring your hips forward. Okay, I want you to feel like you can squeeze your cheeks like you're holding a cold quarter. And we got them. Okay, bring your hips forward. Okay, now bend that back knee towards me. Towards me. That's it. You don't have to go down that far. You don't have to go down that far. Okay, just that. Keep that foot turned out. Okay, now bend this knee right towards my, there you go. Now bring these hips forward. There you go. You feel your weight transfer to me? Okay. Keep this forward just a little bit. That's it, right there. Okay. Starting to feel it, aren't you? Bring it forward just a hair more. Now use my shoulders to steer me. Glass. Come on for a second. Find a piece of wall. Let me show you. I gotta show you this, and then you gotta feel it. Put your hand on the wall. And a piece of wall. One back. Okay. Put your best leg back, whatever leg it is. Your best leg back. Okay, now, without thinking about it, Okay, what I want you to do, don't think about it, just raise your front leg. Feel the weight in your hand. Feel the weight on your hand. Feel the weight in your hand. Okay, now put the foot down. Bring your hips forward. Bend your back leg. Turn the back foot out 30 to 45 degrees. Not too much, not too little. Bring the hips forward so you can feel your cheeks, like you can squeeze them. Okay, when you can squeeze your cheeks, the strength of your leg goes through your hip and it gets to your spine. If you can't do that, you end up with the weight of your upper body being too committed. Your lower body moves too slow in relationship to your upper body. Okay, this is an upright system. This is an upright thing. It's fat and crank. Okay, now bring your hips forward. Bend the knee of the leg you're standing on towards the wall by 1 inch. Rather than, look at me for a second. See, most people, when they bend their knees, they bend their knees in the direction of their toes. I'm going to show you how that's going to change things. Instead of bending in the direction of the toe, bring the knee towards the wall by 1 inch. And bring your hips forward like this. Okay, now have your back straight and have your hips a hair closer than your shoulders. So in other words, you're not going to be like this. You're going to have your hips closer than your shoulders. So the bottom third of your spine down to your knee is a straight line. So there isn't a relationship like a wing. It's a straight line. Okay, now bend that back knee. Bring the hips forward. Like some cute girl just goosed you. Cute guy in some people's cases. All right, now pick that leg up off the floor. Feel the weight in your hand. Is it different, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now put it back down. Move your butt back. Okay, now lift your leg. Did it go away? Why? Now put it back down. Bring your pelvis forward. Okay, now raise the front leg. You got more weight in your hand? A little bit more or a lot more?
A lot more.
Why? Why? You didn't go run out and have 3 quick Italian meals. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Throwing a punch or throwing a kick is trying to bring a lot of weight to a radical state of change. Trying to make something heavy go fast. Agreed? So if you're feeling more weight in your hands, are we going in the right direction? Yeah. Okay, no. I'm going to come over here so everybody can see. Walk. Sit. You bring the pelvis forward. You feel like you're pushing your back heel down and pushing your palms in. If your shoulders are out of sync, it's no good. Your shoulders got to be down so you can feel the sides of your back. The pelvis comes forward. So I'm pushing down with my back heel. At the same time, I'm pushing in with my palms. I'm raising my foot to feel what it is, but I don't have to raise the foot off the ground. I feel like I've got a garage door in front of me. I'm trying to push in and push the garage door up, but the hands don't move. When I exhale, I do my diaphragmatic breathing, thoracic frame breathing. As you push down here and you push your hands in, and you'll feel a line of force. You'll feel a line of force from your back leg come through your body to your palms. You exhale as you push forward. It should last about 3 seconds. Then you rise up, then you inhale. Relax everything, drop, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale. If you want to develop finger strike, front punch, palm heel, whatever the strike is, you develop it. First you start it with palms. Does this make sense? Okay, because what you're doing is you're integrating, you're changing the neurological pathway, how your body agrees with itself. It's called internal dynamics. You know, if I throw on the Fritz punch, you know, my body's got to agree. I've got 31 dependent variables, 31 things that got to fit together right to be able to create unusual force. If I got an arm that weighs 10 pounds, and I can throw that arm, I got force that goes this way, I got force that goes this way, and I got force that goes this way, right? 10 times 10 is what? 100 times 10 is what? Is 1,000. Now imagine 10 pounds times itself 31 times. That's the amount of potential that you got in a punch. The largest bone in the body takes 37 pounds per square inch to break. Is 1,000 pounds more than 37. Yeah, okay, is the possibility of having a lot more power there by learning how those 31 things fit together, yes or no? Can you think about 31 things at one time? Impossible. Don't even want to try. But you can feel a relationship. That's why the martial arts are good for opening up your intuition, learning to develop confidence by learning to believe in yourself. It's like any good grappling situation. There's too much to think about. You've got to get the feeling of how to throw the guy. You've got to get the feeling, what the shape is. But if you don't know what center potential is and how to deviate, if you never learn what a flamingo is, how do you snap kick? Right? So this is what I'm trying to teach you, is the center shape, or a certain way of using your body to make your tools fit together. Make sense? Okay. So we're here. What I want you to do is I want you to bring your pelvis forward. Bring your knee in. Bring your pelvis forward. Push so that you feel like you're pushing down on your back foot. At the same time, you feel the hands push into the wall. Exhale, push into the wall, but feel like your center is rising. So you're not dropping. Okay? This would be a mistake. See, I'm just falling. Does that make sense? Instead of, so I actually have my hips closer than my shoulders, but I feel like I've got a lot of weight at the same time. It's actually, you can find a place where the guy can't push you and can't pull you, and your feet are very close together. But you can move anytime you want. See if I can teach you that. Okay, try it on the wall. See if you can't find that shape. Make yourself go around in a circle, with the hips going in a large circle and the shoulders moving in a small circle. Good. That's it. Now, truth is going from the floor to your hands. How the body agrees with itself is a feeling of how the body agrees with itself. Good. Feel it, yes or no?
Yes.
Feel it, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, more here, less here. Bring this more here, less here. Yeah. Down underneath and feel like you push it up. Yeah. And push up with the leg, not the shoulder. Yeah. Okay, don't hold your breath. You'll end up with mental hemorrhoids. Now, how many people feel work happening in the lower spine? Yes, no?
Yes.
Feel it work in the lower spine? Most people don't use the lower spine properly, and all the classics of particularly the internal system say that you release your energy physically and your intrinsic energy by keeping the body relaxed, using the connective tissue, leaving the muscles relaxed. But it's key that the bottom third of the spine stays perpendicular to the ground. If that doesn't stay perpendicular to the ground, you lose your rotational capacity. And your rotational capacity is what moves the other guy when he's in movement. All right, now, take my volunteer. Okay, now, first thing I want you to do is, okay, I'm going to do it with you. Okay, you get up on one leg. So I'm going to have you guys do the same thing that I did with him, all right? Now, he's out of shape. Ah, that's better. He's still out of shape. You'll start to be able to recognize it. He's a little closer to shape. So you can just touch one thing on the guy's body and you know exactly where his potential is going to be. Okay? They're a little bit out of shape. See, that's because that hip is just a quarter of an inch too far this way. Move that hip over here. Ah, not the whole thing. That's it. Move this hip over here. Give me this. Okay, now move it over here. See, you don't want to go that way. That's the way your body's got to wake up. Come forward with the hip. This will help you in throwing a baseball, kicking a football, or anything else because it's physics. Bring this forward. Feel more weight going to here? Okay? Now this guy's weak in the center. He's strong, but he's weak in the center. Most people are. Because of the way that there's power, they develop power of their body, of things going away from their body, but not coming towards their body. This is from the center, and this allows you to have very short, if you learn how to do this, you develop a very powerful 4-inch, 1-inch punch. Because all the gears of the body develop an ability to change rapidly so that you can get as much power in a short distance as you used to need in a long distance. Okay, first thing I had to do when I took over our national headquarters is create a lot of nationally ranked people, full contact people, tournament people. And I was just a guy that came down from New Hampshire at the time. And my instructor looked at me and he goes, well, you're going to have a tough time here. You know, I mean, these guys went to the finals of the NCAAs, just boxing. Anyone who loves a kick, and they do a lot of skill, real quick. I said, well, I guess we're going to have to show you how to do it for real then, because you don't stand a chance. I didn't. So what he had me do was, in about 90 days, he had me practicing just dropping my hand, going from dropping my hand to being able to touch my fingers to like 4 to 6 inches of cement, and being able to break 4 to 6 inches of cement from here to here, just snapping the palm. And the key was how well you move your center and how well you get the gears to shift. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, electric overdrive. Where most people, they try to do their fighting in first gear or second gear, or they're in third or fourth gear, but they don't seem to be able to get them from 1 to 4. And when you can get the things to agree, you end up with an ability to get your body to shake, say where it shakes and it has an unusual effect on a hairy water bag, okay, because that's what this thing is, it's an electric thing conductor. And you end up with a system that works very closely, and you never have to give up any kind of defense. Guy throws a punch or whatever, throw something, whatever, right? He throws a punch, okay, throw another one. Okay, get closer to me, throw another punch. Say, now right from here, right from here, you got enough power to generate, to break 4 to 6 inches of cement. Will that begin to break the ice with the opponent with the ability to follow through? Make sense, yes or no?
Yes.
So no matter how the guy's got his hands on you, see, you never have to come too far off the guy, and you end up with an ability 4 inches here, break 4 to 6 inches, on a good day it could break 8, or you can learn to do it with different parts of the body. Say in here, say, or you can do things in patterns of things, and each one of them, you again can recreate this ability. Now, if you got a good punch from here, is it easier from here? Yeah, it's a lot easier from here. And what do? You develop a lot of confidence. So as you get closer to the guy, you learn to relax, because the closer you get, everything's fine. And the way I was taught was, you actually don't even worry about the punch till it's 1 inch inside your body. You learn to go with it, and then to manipulate the guy's balance. And just when he thinks he's winning, he's got no defense. And it calls for a certain ability to relax. You develop it with a pushing hand, you develop it with a chi sao, and it's a Chinese technique. It was invented because a small guy had to be able to defeat a larger guy. If you were a bigger guy and you had more speed and you had more power, hey, amen to you. You're not going to run into a lot of problems. But, what if you do run into a guy who's bigger and faster? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? So they had to think. It's a little bit like, why the Chinese had to develop, the Japanese had good steel. They could make one sword. They could make a sword that, that they could believe in. The Chinese couldn't make steel. They had lousy weapons. They planned on the thing breaking. They had to go with the thing to be able to come back and slash. And counted on it would break, so they needed to have another thing. So they learned these redirecting arts against the strength, okay? Which ended up with a different way of doing it. Not right and wrong, just a different way of doing it. Desperation breeds innovation. And the guys were smaller. They were physically smaller than the Mongols that came down from the north, the big wrestlers who had excellent skill. Got the hands on you, had a serious problem. What are you going to do? You're not going to match strength with strength, so they had to develop another way. The first key is the ability to use the heaviest part of your body, your center, and make your center move better this way than the other guy, better this way than the other guy, and better this way than the other guy. When you could do that, the closer you got to the guy, and if you could learn to hit with your whole body rather than just part of your body, you ended up with an ability to take 110 pounds, put it on half of his body. Now 110 pounds versus 200 pounds, I got an advantage. You understand what I'm saying? Sure. Okay, it's strategical. I mean, it calls for, you got to have a higher level of skill. Not higher level of skill. You've got to spend more time getting it right. Or you got it and don't tell it to too many people. Just concentrate working on the field, which is what happened. Okay, so what I want you to do, if anybody's got any questions at any time, just raise your hand. I want you to understand what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm not just putting it out there and you do it, you know, because I got, you know, more stripes. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because it's an investment in you. And I want you to understand it. Okay? If you just more understand it than anything else, I know that you'll prosper. Okay, so you're up on one leg. Okay, now bring the hips forward. You don't want to do it, do you? Okay, good. Oh, by the way, this does make you a legendary lover in your own time. Of course, all martial artists die. Just ask any one of us, right? We're all legendary lovers. Okay, good. There you go. There you go. Now, when I'm pushing you, how does it feel?
Your energy's going down the floor.
Exactly. The shape of his body, by the shape of his body, and by my energy coming in, you put your body in shape. You don't got? No, just don't got. Now just put, no, put your feet closer. Closer. Okay, now turn that toe towards me. Okay, now move it in just a hair. Get the whole foot, I'm sorry. Whole foot. No, no, no. Put your whole foot right there. Okay. Turn that toe towards me just a hair. Good. Now bring the hip towards me. Yeah, not too much. You want to be able to see your front toe. There you go. Yeah, you want to be able to see it. Don't lose it by how much you bend your knee. Now see, when my attack comes in, if he's in shape, right, my attack meets with his entire body weight, not my arm versus his arm. It's a way of taking the shape and diffusing my force, and at the same time, it's a time where he can easily move to another strike or block or whatever. Okay? Shape of the body has power. Here you go. I'm going to show you the other way in a second. Okay, is this making sense? Yes, sir. Okay, you got to try it and feel it. You got to believe it. Don't take my word for it. If it's true, it always was and always will be true. Don't take my word for it. If you can't feel it, speak up. If you feel like you're having a problem, speak up. Okay? I'm not here just doing a dance. I want you to learn something. Okay, here, I'll try it. Thanks.
I need a partner.
Sure. That's it. You steer him with the shoulders. That's it. Feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring your shoulder. Yeah. Okay, you got to have your full spine in the front forward start.
Well,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You just hold the wheel for a second, right? Okay, now you raise the leg. And you bring the thumb forward. Okay, all of a sudden, did you see how he changed? Yeah. Exactly. You're going to do it. Oh. Okay, switch back and forth.
Oh, yeah. That's different. What I get from it is that you're reading what I'm getting from it is to me.
Okay, now do you feel like you can start to sort of relax up there, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, let the guy push, okay, and if you're pushing him, kind of push, you know, kind of consistent, but stop and start just a little bit so that he can feel like he can get the shape and he can kind of relax. And let him keep trying to relax more things so you can take the weight on the spine, and let the spine go take the strength down to the floor. You're going to try a little bit. That's right. That's it, good.
I gotta push my hand.
You got to straighten the spine. Yeah. You just got to bring the hips forward just a little bit more. There you go. All right. You should feel it. Be no mystery. Be no mystery. Move that over. Be that way. Yeah, now bring it forward. There you go. Okay, your shoulders just a bit on back.
I think you
Forward.
should be able
Forward. Go forward.
No.
Forward. Okay. Your whole spine has to be like an inch farther forward to start.
The whole
like the whole spine has to be just a hair farther forward to start.
Okay, so I need to...
You're just a little bit far back.
Okay.
You're kind of at the end of your potential, so when you run out, where to go? You want to be like the middle of your potential.
Don't have it still in the hand.
Make sense? You feel it? Yes, no?
I felt, like, the first time we did it, I felt it real good. This time I didn't feel it as much as I did the first time.
Things where you become sensitive, and I go to push on you, you gotta be able to deal and bring it like back to
There you
your
go.
hand, or at least.
Yeah, I feel it.
Okay, now see how he's just, you're starting to get your shoulders?
Now you
Okay,
gotta respond.
that means that your shoulders need to be a hair farther forward.
Okay.
Now bring this forward. That's it. Your knee. Oh, your front foot. That back foot's got to turn out, yeah. Now bring this forward. Up. Up. Yeah. Bring your hip a hair closer to me.
Yeah.
There.
I did the opposite. I was thinking about it.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now, see, even if I try to push up on you, see? You'll still push down on the foot. Just got to learn the shape. You just got to learn the shape. Okay, now, you feel it, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now what I want you to do, so you've got old habit patterns, and be honest with you, the better your snap is in the punch and your kick, the longer you've been developed the punch and the snap and the punch and the kick, the more the strength is on the outside. It's on the expansion principle. This is the opposite. So if you got really good skill for snapping your punch and snapping your kick, your body's developed in a way that makes that easy. And it kind of has left the other stuff undeveloped. So it's kind of an advantage working against somebody who has a particularly strong punch and kick. You know, the guy who throws 1,000 roundhouse kicks a day for 1,000 days. And he comes in with that roundhouse kick and you see him throw and you go, man, I don't want to get caught by that thing. That's going to hurt. Okay? Well, what I'm trying to show you is there's an eye in the hurricane. You got to learn where these eyes are. You got to learn where the space is where he can't put any energy. Okay? And no matter how a guy tries to deliver power, the simple fact is it becomes powerful when it becomes 2 dimensions rather than 3. When I start to go throw this punch, isn't my power going more like this? And I'm turning my body a little bit, right? The more it's going like this, the less I'm going like this. Or the more I'm going like this, the less I'm going like this. Okay, I got to lose something. The counter is in understanding what the other one is, but just the simple fact that you're trying to get more powerful, it's like a funnel. Your energy is starting to come into one point. I mean, that's the purpose of throwing the punch and the kick. Well, this shape allows you to be able to change directions very quickly, and whatever the weakness is, you can deflect and move to that eye in the hurricane. But you got to know where it is, right? How do you know where you're supposed to be if you don't, somebody doesn't sort of coach you? Okay, I got this because I got whacked real good. And I had to continue teaching. I got whacked. It's the same situation. I got my knee whacked, and my instructor says, well, you're just not going to be able to do it transferring weight anymore. He says, you're going to have to bring your foot closer together. You're going to have to turn your body, and to move in a place, what you're going to have to do is lean your head, then lift your foot. You can't push off that thing to get there anymore because the knee's weak. So what you're going to have to do is you just have to learn to lift and learn to move by leaning. But you can't be, out of your shape where you start to look like Groucho Marx real soon. Okay? You got to learn what the shape is, right? And then you slide and strike and then change directions and that's crank. Okay? So go back on the wall for a second. See if you can identify that shape. Make that shape a feeling so you can feel the strength. You try different legs forward. You're going to feel it work the lower spine. You're going to feel it work the in between the spine and the hip joint. Deep in the body, down to the bone probably. Do not round your back. And remember, your hips are moving in a circle. Your shoulders are almost stationary. You're bringing weight to your hands by how your legs move. Come from low, high. It's opposite. down underneath it. Bring the hips forward. Yeah, that's right. You gotta get closer. Yeah, that's it. Try bringing that a little bit forward. Yeah, a little bit forward. That's it. And each time you do that, just by altering something in here, more weight ought to come to that. If more weight comes to here, it's true. If more weight doesn't come, it's not true. That's it. Feel it, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you take a partner. Take a volunteer. Okay, you take a partner. She ends up on me. Okay. Now, get the feeling. I want you to take your hands and put them underneath the guy's elbows, just a little bit. I mean, you can really kind of do it from any kind of position. But put your hands underneath the guy's elbows, just to get a feeling. And when you raise this leg, start from your weight being back, almost like you're a little bit of a cat stance. Come underneath and up. Raise your leg underneath and up. Then move the guy. That's it. Okay, he's getting soft with his hands. Okay, I have to do this to you then. Okay. All right? So, okay, put the hands on. He'll get tricky. Put your hands on the guy. You can put your hands underneath his arms or in his shoulders. When I lift my leg, say he should move. He's trying to counter me with the shape. That's good. You're smart. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? So, when I lift my leg, he moves. When I lift my leg, he moves. I lift my leg, he moves. Because I'm bringing my hips forward and I'm coming to the shape, and I'm bringing this back. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Okay, so I don't want to go like this. See this? See this? Okay. Go like this to me. Go like this. That's it. Good. Now do it again. That's it. Do it again. Good. Now watch me. Do it again. Okay, now do it again. That's it. Now the more I go like this, watch what happens to my body. Do it again. Push it. Push it. That's it. Do it again. Do it again. Ooh, he's getting into this, isn't he? Okay. Hey, I pushed around a C, 6-3. Okay. All right. Now, when your shoulders go like this, you get to be like an airplane wing. And your center goes up when the other guy applies force, regardless if it's this way, this way, or this way. Versus, he pushes. See? I'm not going to. Yeah, push again. Push. See? Tail goes down, but then I got to get rid of the attachment. His hand coming in. So, push. See? Get the idea? Push. See? Calls for very little movement to be able, and the guy can't overwhelm you. Even when, so you move, push, 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 push. So you're moving, moving, moving. See? You just choose the space, and you'll run into a cement wall. Whenever you choose the cement wall to be there, or he pushes, say, and you maybe, hey, I don't want a problem with you. Boom, see? I'm into the shape when I choose the battle, and I take advantage of the turn. The turn can technically even be on one leg, front or back. Let's see. Now, whenever I'm moving, I bet you I have one foot or the other on the ground. Okay, now this technique works if he's got 2 feet. Okay, right away I recognize whether he's got 2 feet or not. Right? Now I don't care whether I'm moving. I don't care if I'm close. I'll show you, you don't even care if you're far away. Because they'll make all the tools circumference. So you're going to pair off. Grab the guy, you grab him, he grabs you. I want you to get so that when you lift your foot, he moves. Okay, he stays stiff at the arm, okay? Or you've got to put your arms on him. Okay? Make yourself real solid. Real solid, like you want to push me back. He wants to push me back, right? Well, all I got to do is I got to bend down like I'm pushing the wall, come up underneath, and he rises like the airplane wing. And he can do the same darn thing to me. It's got nothing to do with strikes, it's physics. Okay? So you can always uproot the other guy just by learning to go back and go underneath. That could be a little bit of a block and a strike, couldn't it? Yeah, you're not interested. Okay, pair off. Thanks.
Well, how you, yeah, what,
That's it. Lift this
if you're not going back down.
Yeah, he's doing a different, like, going upward rather than...
Now, rather than dropping, what I want you to do is you push forward, go down, but then come up.
Going from underneath first.
Yeah.
We could
Feel
have
him go
that
up? Yeah.
in a circle or away.
That's it. Okay, see that top foot.
Okay, wait a minute, I should be on the outside then.
Good. Now do it without drawing back. Just come forward. Doing it right. Just over. Come on. Go. Stop a bit.
You gotta, it. Now keep that leg forward and go forward. That's it. Now try and do it with the same leg forward.
Okay. Excellent.
There you go.
Excellent. Good. Now don't let him do it.
You only do it.
That's it. Good. Good. Feels you, Pops?
Yeah.
Pops, he's got lower center of gravity. That's hard to do when somebody's got a lower center of gravity. He's doing it. Whatever.
5 pounds.
You got that on tape, don't we? No, we don't.
How low I can.
That's it. That was good. That was good. This didn't come back. Don't bring these back. Bring these underneath the forward.
You're saying that
Pushing you here. It's underneath the forward.
we're not
There.
gonna
See,
find
Pops,
that
right
forward,
away.
he should step back.
Good.
Should be able to move forward.
Exactly.
Right, and without just thinking, all right,
Good.
all right, with your,
Okay, now have the guy come in. Let's do a couple of things. Okay, have the guy come in, and he comes like he's going to go like this. So you come in, right? Okay, now he can take a piece of you, see, and you can just be even at the end. Now, the foot that's forward goes to the head. The one that's back goes to the arm. All you do is you turn and sit, okay? And you'll end up with an advantage. If I step, he falls. If he's doing it hard, and I give him a little bit of a shot there, then it's going to be a lot easier to make him fall. Does that make sense?
yes, sir.
Okay. So he's coming for your shoulders, okay? You're going to end up getting whacked. I didn't show you the bent and crane throwing last time, did I? You already thrown? No, okay. Okay. You use this part of the body to throw. Okay. From the strike. All right, so he comes in. All right, just get, so you can go like this, right? You got the shape. You can choose the time of battle. One goes down and one goes forward. Try that. Then have him put his hands on you, right? Or he goes to push, right? And you find your shape. Now just turn your body like you're going to clip him off the top of your head with an extended arm. Does that make sense? And see, when he comes in, if you just do that, see, you'll get rid of him. And if you do that, you'll find, see, if he pops one way, it's easy to. Now, the faster I turn my waist, which means when I'm 90 years old, all I got to do is turn my waist. See, I don't have the snap in my arm anymore. See, walk around. See, I can just turn my waist. You see what I'm saying? Going for the dairy. Ooh, I got my Pampers on. Oh, but you get the idea? So you end up with, like, if you can do that unbendable arm like we talked about last time, and all you got to do is turn your waist to be fast. You want to be faster, just turn your waist faster. Your arm is either very relaxed, the Shaolin blow. Shaolin blow, very relaxed with energy in it, or you can make it connective tissue and you can tense it so it's perfectly stiff, okay? Stiff at the arm but loose at the shoulder. And you hit him like with a crowbar, okay? And the crowbar is nice because after you hit him, you get soft and you bring him to you, see, and you play with him. All right, so it'll happen off of your front foot. See, if he pushes me and I got to fall back to catch my balance, then, say, it comes off my front foot. Okay, it's a simple bent and crane technique. So as he comes in, say, you change direction, you can drop on him, you can come underneath on him. We didn't tell him, you asked me to. You got a cup on? Good. I'm glad I didn't do that. Okay. Catch her without a cup? Don't you sleep with it? My friend. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to try, push, say, you can fall back, say, you can, obvious strikes, you can, play with the things, but if you can get the idea of one down and one pushing his head over his shoulder, you want to turn your stance and then just bend one knee and find, you kind of got him in a nice position relatively quickly, okay, without having to hold on to him too much, and you can, argue the Dharma with him down here, okay? All right, make sense? Yeah, the second was just from a turn And you might want to try it like this. The guy's pushing you. Say, he's push. Say, he's pushing you. He's pushing you. Say, you set it. So you find yourself in the shape and you just turn. And you can hit like a ton. You can just hit like a ton. A nice ton. Like a nice Cuba ton in my hand. Okay? Take her off, try it. Yeah. Okay, here, let me have you do this, because you're kind of getting it, but you're not losing, you push. See, some of you are going like this, and you're starting to fall back. I want you to feel like you're strong, so that he comes in, say, you turn, saying you're going to punch like underneath by turning your body. So you come underneath. You should be feeling like you're coming right off the wall with that punch. You want to feel strong. When you can choose the time of the battle, the when of the battle, you can control an awful lot. You have the world's most dangerous man who's after you. But you know he turns the corner of that building at 12:02 every day. You pick up a lead pipe. You intuitively know what to do with it. You know at 12:02 he turns the corner every day. It's a surprise, difficult thing to deal with, yes. When you control the time of the battle, the when of the battle, you control an awful lot of the tools that can be used. So the when of the battle in this case is, see, he's pushing, right? See, I'm flying around, I'm changing distance or whatever. See, but then, see, I'm choosing the distance on the when of the battle. I can be light when I want, and I can be heavy when I want. I got to show you the other direction too. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, no? Okay, go ahead. Try a little bit more. Thanks.
So maybe say like that. There. I'll go with it so I can feel it coming more towards me. There you go. Now that arm. Because you're directing it now better. My whole body goes on. There you go.
You want to choose the time that you real hard. Yeah, like somebody dropped 3 ice cubes on the back of your shirt.
There you go.
Okay, relatively easy to do. Agree?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now. All right, good. Now watch. Have a seat. Relax. Thanks for volunteering. Okay. Now I picked this because, how much do you weigh? 180. Ooh, you weigh more than I thought. Okay, I weigh a little bit more than he does. All right, now. Okay, put your hands on my shoulders. Okay, now, come to your shape. Okay, most people actually have their hips outside of the foot they're standing on. That's a little bit of a weakness. Okay, put the hip on the inside. That's it. You want to think about the inside of your hip in line with the inside of your back heel. See, if I'm like this, I'm actually on one leg. I got to have my hip on the inside center and forward. You were moving well, like you were doing that, okay? When you were moving forward in the beginning. Okay, your shape is good. Okay, now, turn that toe right towards my center. There you go. Okay, now, it's hard for me to push you back, agreed? Okay. Now, take your hands down. Okay, now, it's hard for you to push you back, agreed? Okay. Good. Now, when I push down, push here, you push down on that. Yeah, just push down on it, just begin to push, so you feel the strength. When I stop pushing, you stop pushing too. That's it. That's it. There. Feel it? Okay. When I pull you forward, I want you to push down on the ball of your foot. Bring your hips forward. Again. Move your shoulders back just a hair. you, you push down on the ball of the foot. Oops, you got to be able to see your toe. If your knee bends so much that you can't see your toe, it doesn't work. There you go. Now bring your hips forward. Push down on the ball of this foot when I pull.